Is there a way to hear if you can hear the jackhammering in the back? It sounds like we're like there's a porno going on in the back. Can we hear the jackhammering back there?
What kind of porn are you watching?
Can you slow down on that jackhammering? I watch a lot of jackhammering.
That woman would be so dead by now. Her whole she'd turn into like a supervillain with like an electric wheelchair made of spider legs.
Yeah.
Like a Darth Maul. She'd be the female Darth Maul. She'd have like robot from here down.
Speaking of which, I just watched Star Wars last night by myself.
Wait. Welcome to this podcast. It's called the Epic Tiki Podcast. I'm Luke Soin.
I'm JR De Guzman.
And this is a special edition of the Sexy Podcast.
Special edition.
Do the
eyebrows. You can't edit it later.
We never did that before.
Nope.
Yeah, so there's jackhammering.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
but actual jackhammering.
Yeah, it's not someone getting their dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a good family.
That's how I think of it when I have sex with my girlfriend. I'm like, I'm making her dreams come true.
Nice. That's a nice way to think. That's very positive.
Yeah.
You making my dreams come
It's
true.
not narcissistic at all to think that I could do that.
I remember reading something. It was like, it might have been like on Reddit, like how to talk to a woman or something. It was for a friend.
On Reddit.
And it was, this is actually, it's so funny. You would think this was in high school.
The only
it was
thing
not
worse,
very long ago.
The only thing worse than this is reading that player's handbook that came out.
I don't even, see, I don't know what that is, and I'm proud of myself.
It's written by Mystery.
I read something like that. I used to read that stuff like in college or something. And it was like, one of them was like, oh, she's lucky to be able to talk to you. Think like that.
Yeah.
That, oh my gosh, dude. That stuff. Like I tried to think like that before, and it was very uncomfortable for me a little bit.
It's not.
I don't know.
I feel like
it's not bad, but it's just like
there's a small amount of good to that, and the small amount is that
you're not like so insecure to talk to somebody.
Yeah, it gives you confidence.
Yeah,
but it's the wrong kind. It's like being so confident. It's like, yeah, I deserve this, and she's lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not good.
Yeah, I don't want too much of that.
It's a stable way to start a relationship. Have you ever? Yeah. Have you ever built a skyscraper on the beach? It's kind of like just sinking that sand when it's done. It falls apart.
I haven't built a skyscraper on the beach, but
I've done so much.
What do you mean, like with sand?
I'm joking.
Okay.
I just meant like those are horrible foundations to build a relationship. I was
doing a bit.
Yeah.
I like it. I like.
It's okay if you didn't. You could say so.
I did like it. I thought maybe it was a metaphor, but I thought maybe you had like a sandcastle history that I didn't know about.
I was in competitive sandcastle building for 5 years.
I would believe it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like with white people, you don't know what their hobbies are going to be.
Yeah.
It could be anything, really. But
that is the thing white people would be like.
Yeah. Like you say something like, oh, yeah, you guys do that Rubik's Cube stuff. Yeah. Well, actually, so do Asian people.
Cup stacking.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's very Asian, is cup stacking.
Yeah, white people and Asian people share more than we thought we did.
Yeah. Just separated by water. Well, that's not always true. Asia, Russia.
Yeah,
I wish I knew more about them.
Russians are technically Asians because most of Russia is in Asia, or all of it.
There's a lot of Russians who have very Asian features too.
Yeah, because of like Mongolians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
something like that?
There's like a tribe or something that
high cheekbones.
Well, Mongolia is like northern. That's like the Westeros of, or I mean the Winterfell of Asians.
Get in there.
Of Asia, you know. Dude, Game of Thrones.
Can you hear me drinking coffee if I do it?
I don't know. Do you want to do ASMR?
Oh yeah.
Game of Thrones is like, I've been treating it like a bad breakup. Like it was awful, and now I'm just like, I don't even care anymore.
The end.
Did you watch it?
I did all the way through. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, before we go on, did we have any more threads?
Well, we're in my van.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that. And then I also watched Star Wars last night.
That's right. That was the thing you said that I cut you
by
off.
myself. Only one in the theater.
Oh, the new one. Okay.
Yeah, and I was in line to go watch it. It was like 10 p.m. And there's like I hear like a group of girls walking up behind me, and it's funny, I can smell it. They're like drunk. You ever know that you can smell like alcohol coming off of people?
Yeah.
And so I don't feel like they were gonna watch Star Wars as they're walking up, and I hear them all giggling, hee hee hee. And I felt like I was in high school where like I feel like I'm so conscious of everything I'm gonna do is gonna be embarrassing.
Yeah.
But I'm about to buy the ticket to Star Wars, and I hear oh, I heard Star Wars sucks, but they said in new slang, I heard Star Wars is booty, and which I guess means bad.
They talk like this?
No. I don't know why I did that.
Oh, okay.
They said Star Wars is booty, and
Man, I don't even know booty.
I guess it's like ass, which is bad, but then also good. You know what I mean? Because I like ass, but
I guess like if you're maybe it's more like the smell.
yeah.
Because you go like, oh, it smells like ass.
Exactly.
But you would be like, oh yeah, ass.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking at it, it's good. But as soon as it smells in there, it's like
Star Wars is booty. It just depends how you say it. But they said they were saying Star Wars is bad right behind me, and then I was like, one for Star Wars, please. And then they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean. I was like, I heard it's good. Okay, I'm excited to see it. And then I was the only one in the theater.
Really?
And I got a shit ton of food too. So it was just like really.
Which theater did you go to?
Century here in Roseville.
Oh, do they do the food now too? Like or the ordering?
Oh no! I just got nachos, like a hot dog, sour punch straws, and an icy.
Nice.
For myself. It was interesting, man. If you never had a theater by yourself, it's like totally a different experience.
I've a couple of times I've almost had that because I've gone for a while. I was like going in the morning, like I would just because I don't know. I've done it a bunch of times, just not recently. But there's like
do you go to movies by yourself?
Yeah,
ever? Yeah, cool.
For a long time, I was like, I would never do that. That's weird.
Sure.
I feel weird. I don't want to. I have
totally.
to go on a date or have a friend. And then like my friend Eric I used to work with at Borders. He was like, who cares? Just go.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, I'm a little bit self-conscious at first, but yeah, for sure. It's like it's totally. No one's saying not to, you know?
Yeah, and it is nice. You just kind of sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then I bring my Switch sometimes and play Switch ahead of time.
I felt like I was going through a divorce, though. Like just watching a movie by myself. Like just
halfway
reflecting.
Through the movie, you're on Tinder.
Yeah.
Then you're back. Then you're scrolling through your old Instagram photos like, we used to be so good together.
Darlene.
And those girls are like...
Yeah.
Those girls are like, it's actually good. And you're like, what? I missed the movie.
What happened? We like it. No, they went to go see Bad Boys.
Oh, I kind of want to see that. It actually has like 70% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really? How's it doing, like box office?
I don't know. I usually keep track, but I haven't been looking.
70%. Yeah.
I've been rewatching the first two. I watched the first one like a month ago, and then the second one. They're both on Netflix. It's like the first time where a movie's in the theater and the sequels are streaming just on. Yeah. Usually it's like they're not available anywhere,
so
which
you can't
sucks.
Catch up. Yeah.
And I end up buying Blu-rays I don't need to own just to watch it over. You know.
I wonder if that was some deal they did in order to like promote this Bad Boys. Because like I feel like Will Smith is so powerful he could do that. You know.
Maybe yeah. Or no one cares enough to take it off of Netflix so that they could sell Blu-rays. They're just like fuck it.
Fuck it.
I don't know.
Okay, so Thread.
How was the movie though?
I liked it. Have you seen Star Wars?
Yeah, I saw it twice.
Yeah. I liked it. It was good. So I went in. I called you last night or texted you. I was like going through like a depression. I was like, I don't know if we should do this in the morning, man. I don't mind talking about it on the podcast. Get real. But so I went to go see Star Wars because I was just like, I want to get some food, but I want to like get my mind off of just my mind. So I went to go see Star Wars. And it's funny, I was choosing between Star Wars and 1917.
Oh man, 1917 is so good.
Have you seen it? Okay, so the only reason I went to Star Wars was I was like, if I'm going through a depression, which one feels like it'll have a storyline that'll like be reflective and have some metaphor where I'm like, yeah, that's what I need to do, whatever Rey is doing. And
no way.
No, you think 1917 would have been more?
Look, okay. Just I haven't done like a full-on review.
Yeah.
Not that anyone's asking.
No spoilers yet, but tell me a little bit.
Just like
of your review.
After seeing it twice, the first time you see it, there's so much happening. You're like, wow, cool. Oh my god, whoa, dead, alive, crazy. And then the second time, you're like, why does every character who dies come back to life 3 minutes later?
Interesting.
Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Why? And so ultimately,
like a zombie movie.
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, my review of this new trilogy of films is that they didn't plan it at all. They wanted to just get the movies out to have the Star Wars money, and they didn't. They're not good. All three of them together are bad. I enjoy parts of them, and there's fun things, and the actors are great and stuff like that, but ultimately, a lot of it is recycled garbage from before. And the before stuff isn't garbage, it's just they recycled it and they threw it up on the screen and did it again. And both in terms of storytelling, characters, and sort of characters and
Yeah.
design of things.
I
Like,
could feel that a little bit when I was watching it. It was
Yeah.
like, oh, this reminds me of a device or like plot line that they use in old Star Wars, which maybe it's just like they're like, oh, we know that this works for the story.
well, and that's the problem is they were too afraid to
There's a lot of callbacks. It felt like a
Yeah.
callback. Like
It's
if
like-
if you're thinking of stand up where they pull old punchlines, they're like, yeah, let's call back to this thing where
Remember my most
he's
famous bit? Here's
he's
the
related
sequel.
and
Yeah.
they're related to her and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
My most famous bits. Yeah. Yeah, you're
like
right.
if Bert
you're right.
Kreischer wrote a Machine 2, like
Mhm.
it wouldn't be. It'd be like, no, dude, just no. And so like, yeah, I could go on about this for hours.
Yeah.
I want to do an episode. Not that I wouldn't talk about it with you, but I
Sure.
have like a friend who's like
Super into Star Wars.
Yeah, and he likes a lot of the new movies, or he loved The Last Jedi, which I hated.
Mm-hmm. Is that the one right before this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that one too. But was that? So wait, where are we in this? So it's 3, 6,
Mafia.
3, 6, 9. The goose drank wine. So the yesterday that I watched. What episode is that? 9.
That's 9, and it's the last one in the Skywalker saga. So
Okay.
all the stories that have to do with people like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker is over. And
Gotcha.
now, yeah, it's like the next.
Now it's moving on to like Rey and.
No, so all those actors, most like recently, they all said, "Oh, we're done with Star Wars."
Oh, so they're all moving on.
Yeah, but my thing is, they can say that all they want, but like in 2 or 3 years, they need some money. They get
Yeah.
bored. They're like longing to come back. Like it could
Well,
happen.
it's like Harrison Ford is still in them. I don't know why. Like I don't know the behind the scenes of what's going on, but even seeing that, it's like, oh, I thought after. Well, I mean, if you haven't seen it, whatever. I thought after the last one, he wasn't
Spoilers.
going to be him anymore.
It's been weeks since it came out.
Yeah.
Almost a month probably. So like,
Somebody was giving out a spoiler for Casablanca on a thing, and they were like, "Well, that was like the first movie ever made, so if you haven't seen it yet, that's your
Yeah.
fault."
I've even seen that.
It's like spoiler alert if you haven't seen Casablanca.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to watch that for a film class in high school.
It's really good. That's when I saw it.
Yeah.
Same thing, not same class.
Not same class. You guys are like, wait a minute. Did Luke and JR go to high school?
We are the same
together?
person, and then we merged together
Mhm.
like Go Tanks or something.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball callback. Dragon Ball back.
Dragon Ball back. Yeah. No, I think that those. It's like I think about it like Daniel Craig because after the last Bond movie, they asked him at one of the press junkets like, "Are you gonna do one more or any more?" And he was like, "I would rather slip my wrists."
I kind of. It's funny because like.
But here he is coming out in April with a new James Bond movie.
Yeah.
So
I get that though. I get that. It's like
it's
it's
an
awesome.
intense process.
You make a lot of money. It's probably like your dream when you get it.
Yeah,
And then after
100%.
a while, like creatively, it's like shit. Like a lot of them started out in plays when they were kids and were like creatively fulfilled and doing all that stuff.
Yep.
Now you get stuck on one thing and they're like, even if it's the most money and it's like everyone's seeing it, it's your dream.
Mhm.
After a while, you're like, I kind of want to just do this like other weird movie. Or
It's
something.
almost like what you were talking about, how you're
Mhm.
like, you sort of
Yeah.
like you sort of achieved the stand-up, like at least local stand-up dream of, like you get to tour and get paid and you can make
Doing
a living off
colleges
of
and-
doing
yeah.
comedy, but then once you get there, it's like it can be a lot and maybe it's not exactly what you thought it was.
Yeah, I myself am going through like a period of like wanting to do something kind of different. It's so funny, like they can't see it, but it's just open to the world behind the camera. So
Yeah.
you can hear cars.
We're on JR Street.
Yeah, and you can't even see the street.
Should we tell them the address?
Yeah, so specifically,
555.
5555.
It's a phone number.
It's a phone number
from the movies.
.org. There's also a website. It's really a website domain more than a street.
Yeah.
But
Man, the
but
renewal's coming up, huh? You got to renew that.
Mm-hmm. Squarespace and GoDaddy.
HostGator. NordVPN. Sponsor us, please.
Yeah, but like basically creatively, I'm feeling like I'm thankful for all the stuff I've been doing, but there's
God
other
damn
stuff
it.
I want to do. Hello,
Sorry.
text, booty text.
Facebook. It's probably
Booty
one
text.
of my 12 groups I'm in of dumb people. Just
Oh,
kidding.
nice.
I love everyone.
Everyone's great.
Oh, yeah. But anyways,
Yeah, just
no, yeah,
creatively, they probably want to do other stuff. Daniel
yeah.
probably wants to do other things.
Well, he did. I mean, it's been like 5, maybe even 6 years since the last one,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's back, and it's like, so it's just one of those things. It's like, yeah, you don't want to do it right after you've done it, because you think about filming a big blockbuster, whether it's James Bond or Star Wars. It's like if you're the star, it's like a lot of pressure. You gotta memorize these lines. You're
Yeah.
jumping around. You have to be in the craziest shape of your life. You're eating like raw chicken, or not raw chicken, but like like I've heard of, like Hugh Jackman said one time, like for Wolverine, he would eat all he would eat was apples and chicken.
Wow.
That's all he would eat, and that's how he got shredded.
Yeah.
And then you're just working out like 3 times a day. It's intense. Like you
It's
don't want to
crazy.
do that all the time. So of
For sure.
course, and then you're doing the press junket, which I've heard is terrible because you're doing like 100 interviews in a day,
Yeah.
and you're traveling all over the world, especially for Bond. Like he has to go to not just America. It's like he's got to go to China.
Yeah, there definitely
England.
is more that goes into it than just the movie that we
Yeah.
don't see.
And so he's like exhausted from the movie, for spending a year or two of it on his life doing that. Then he's doing this annoying press junket where
Mhm.
everyone's asking him the same question.
Yeah.
Of course, he wants to slit his wrists and never do James Bond again.
Yeah.
So-
but then when we see it, we're like, oh, he's being a diva, or people like will
Yeah.
say that. But I mean, I actually understand
Mhm.
if they want to like not do that thing anymore. Like even the Constance Wu got a lot of like flack. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
For
because she
that-
wanted to quit her.
Like fresh off the boat. And
Yeah.
it's like I think it's like if there was more context, like I don't know the context, maybe whatever, but
yeah.
it's like how many I think being on the same show doing a bunch of seasons.
And now she was in Crazy Rich Asians. She
I
was
think
in
she started to
Hustlers.
feel like, oh, I want to do these movies or something.
Yeah, she's like wanting to go to the next level of her career. I feel like probably just the way she did it wasn't great. I forget what she said
Mhm.
exactly, but
yeah, like it was like a Twitter thing or something.
yeah.
I just feel like in general, I'm just afraid to post anything out there that's like
Yeah.
that because it's like somebody is gonna find a way to be like, this is like racist or
Yeah.
something like.
Well, and hers wasn't any of those
outrageous.
things.
It wasn't
was
any of
just
those things. Yeah, it was just
unprofessional.
something to like drag you back.
Yeah.
Like drag you down somehow.
Yeah. It depends on what it is too, because I think there's some things you can do like that where it like ends your career, or but then there's things like what she did. It's like, well, we're talking about it, but most people forgot and don't care.
Yeah.
And she's gonna get stuff. Like ultimately, that doesn't matter.
No, totally.
But yeah, it just depends on the degree.
It's like
of
you just,
the
I think
thing.
you just put your head down and just keep going. People will say stuff, and then it really feels like in the moment, oh no, like this is huge, this is terrible. But then you just keep going, and people forget because they're mad about another thing.
Yeah.
Whoever these people I'm making up in my mind are, but
Well, there's like career haters on Twitter, but they're not fun haters. They're not like transformative where they make jokes about it.
yeah,
Like they're just
it's not a
they
roast.
just get angry and then
Yeah.
say, "I am appalled.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe
Yeah,
this happened."
retweet this.
Yeah. How dare they?
Yeah,
They're like, wait, what? Did you make rules? Like, are
Mhm.
you rule man, lady?
Yeah.
Like, did you start? What are you talking
the
about?
rule enforcer.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just weird.
But you said something good last time. How it's almost like there's some people who it's kind of their job
Yeah.
or something. Is
Oh
it
yeah, in
Twitter?
our failed podcast.
Yes, our
We did-
failed podcast.
We did like 40 minutes of podcast, and then that's
It
when
was
I
gold.
realized that we only got 20 minutes of audio because I wasn't checking this guy.
How's it doing today?
It's great. We have 3 battery
We got juice.
things. Yeah, I should keep looking at that probably, but it's fine. Maybe I'll put it over here.
Nope.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
There we go. We
Um,
can just check it once in a while.
Yeah, you said something on that podcast. This is like the sequel to that podcast. If there was a Patreon, you could get the access to that one.
God, we're just recycling the same garbage from before. What are we, Star Wars?
Star Wars. Oh yeah, speaking of which,
No.
that was fun. Watching it by myself, I actually really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
It's pleasant. I've seen a lot of movies that way, and it
Mhm.
feels good. Like, yeah.
Yeah, just snacking away. I could check my Instagram and not feel self-conscious.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Like, oh, sorry guys.
But
I
you
actually
can't
farted
rewind.
super loudly at a quiet part in the movie because like it's not like I was only waiting for that. I was like farting a lot during that movie,
Uh-huh.
and because it was so loud and I was the only one in there. And then it got quiet and I farted, and I realized like, wait, maybe there's like one other person in the back.
Were you in the middle?
Imagine though, You're watching a movie, you're in the back, and you see one person in the front that doesn't realize you're there, and they just like lay one out super loud, and
They're like they even tilt a little bit.
oh, I was relaxed, dude. I was like, it was as if I was in my own bed. I was like sitting like this
Yeah.
for the whole movie. I was like crouching down, and I let one out, and that's when I got self-conscious. Like, you know, when you realize that you exist again, you're like, oh shit. Like, I would imagine that's how Adam and Eve felt when they realized they were naked.
Oh yeah.
Like, after I farted, I realized
After they bit the fruit.
they bit the fruit of temptation. I'm reading the Bible. Did I tell you that? From beginning to
You
end.
might have told me that.
I'm still on Genesis, the first book. It's like Star Wars with how many sequels there are. Because it's Genesis, Exodus, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm on that first book, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to Exodus, you know? Exodus. Bob Marley.
Part of me wants to read it someday, but also I'm like, it's also just feels like it'd be so old sounding and
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be into it. And I've heard enough about it that I'm like, I know what happens. And then it's like,
I can show you what it sounds like. It's,
show me what it sounds.
I,
Do you have an audiobook?
I listened to it on audiobook through the Bible app.
Is the voice like a deeper, like, I'm God and I'm reading this to you?
It's like when Rachel saw that she was not bearing Jacob any children, she became jealous. Here. Oh, you can hear it.
Oh,
in
it's
my van.
playing through his van speakers. I don't know if you can hear this through our mics.
I can disconnect. I can
Oh.
disconnect from this. I believe Bluetooth off.
I have this weird thing with religion where my dad was just so intense with
No,
it
for sure.
that I'm just like, I have no desire to go towards it. So I haven't gone.
Religious PTSD almost.
Yeah. Do
Do you want to hear this? Here,
Yeah.
I want to hear that too, but
So she said to Jacob, "Give me children or I'll die."
Wow, that's a great part to
Isn't that a
start
good
at.
soundbite?
The most
Oh,
the most
my gosh.
misogynist part.
Dude, I remember.
You know, all women, they die if they don't have children.
or I'll die, Jacob. Sounds like an argument you'd hear like awkwardly at Target, and be like, "Oh shit, what's going on in that house?"
But it's like the idea that like this,
Yeah.
like someone wrote this thing where this woman, like she can't live without having kids
Mhm.
first. Like there's
Yeah.
no way she could be okay without kids.
Well, it makes me go back to thinking like what. Okay, so I don't read the Bible literally, and that was even right now. It's the first time I've been deciding to try to read through the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm just now figuring out how I want to interpret the Bible. Like, it's definitely not literal for me. I definitely don't read it as a rule book.
Yeah.
I think some people do it like that. For me, it's very like metaphorical
Mm-hmm.
and trying to be like, what did this mean back then, and how do I use that in today's context? Versus a lot of, because I'm trying to read it to figure out, like, it's almost like a self-help book in my own life. Versus some people read it in a way to, how do I condemn other people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so that guy does this. Let me use that against him. And then they show up like at work or whatever, or on Twitter or something.
That was my dad. He would just constantly be like, "You're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is wrong."
Yeah.
But then he would do stuff that was also wrong. It just wasn't the stuff that he cared about.
Oh yeah, you use it in your own. It's almost like there's like a narcissistic way to use the Bible or anything.
Yeah.
Any facts out there that you can use to say, see,
Totally.
look, this is what I do. That's right. And they're like, but you also go against this part of it. It's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
like politics. That's probably why
Yeah.
they say don't talk about politics, money, and religion.
Well, that's why
but-
the best. Oh no, for sure. I don't mind.
I don't mind
as
talking
long as
about it at
people
all.
as long as people are listening.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, the best politicians, or not best, but like the ones who it seems like get a lot of traction, it's like they're very confident in what they're saying,
Mhm.
but anything that contradicts them, they're also good at just like ignoring that.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, yeah, I know. It's if you love Trump, like whatever, dude. It's like you do you, but
That's such a nice way of saying it.
yeah, well, because like I think everyone has different reasons for liking Trump,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm not super like anti-Trump necessarily. It's just like because I don't know that much about politics.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Trump. I don't know much
Everything
about
I
politics.
know is from listening to Joe Rogan talk about it.
Yeah,
And then just random
Isn't
people
Joe
I know.
Rogan's
but
kind of like middle of the road, or is he anti-Trump?
he said that he is like completely liberal except like a few things.
Mm.
And I think it's like stuff like he's cool with guns, but even then he wants more
There to be
regulation.
stricter laws. Yeah,
And I think everyone, if you really
Yeah.
think about it, like yes, it's too easy to get guns, but we shouldn't take them all away
yeah.
because that I feel like that'd be crazy because then just criminals would have them.
Mm.
And I don't know. But definitely, like, you should have to take, like, we have to take a test to drive a car.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
I feel that
at
same way.
least that much. At least you have to go to the GMV. Or no, the
GMV.
DMG, Department
DMG.
of Motor Guns.
Yeah. you're like let me rethink this bit.
The
and then
gun
I'll
motor
rewrite it, and I'll
vehicles?
come back to you with a new punchline.
Yeah.
The DG, Department of Guns, the dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they could have like a fun little dog cartoon that teaches people about guns. No,
Welcome to the dog. Yeah, that sounds so nice. Nice place to get guns.
But then
Welcome
there's
to the
also like
dog.
there's people. If you say what I just said, there's people who are like, fuck Luke Soin now because he doesn't just want to get rid of guns. And I mean, and that's like the other thing about what we're talking about.
Same. Like,
the
go ahead.
people operate on black and white versus gray.
I'm like very gray. I don't know if that's like a soft, like I need more backbone
It's
thing
not
or
though.
something.
It's like you're thoughtful and you listen to pieces of information and interpret and rearrange and.
I guess I feel like I want to hear out. Like I feel like everyone has a good reason, like a truth for them in their story of like why they're pro-gun or why they voted for Trump. Like because a lot of my family, a lot of my relatives are conservative, and so I'm like it's like I didn't just grow up surrounded by everyone is like liberal, even though I lean more liberal myself. But so it's like, oh yeah, I love these people. I'm not gonna just write them off. So whenever they tell me why they voted for Trump or why they're conservative, they have like they have interesting like good points. And then I found if I was just like, well then fuck you, you're not my cousin anymore. And for some reason I don't know why I'm Southern in that, but like if I said that, then I'm just. Basically, I'm doing the same thing that people accuse like each other for, of like, oh, not listening and stuff like that. But
yeah, it's like why can't we have dialogues and listen and grow as people? I don't know, I kind of believe in that. It's like you experience things every day, but if you're not changed by them or altered or like if you don't like go with the flow a little bit, that's just bad. Like you should be able to hear something and then be like, okay, and then maybe like come back with your thing, and then it's like a push and pull. Like it's
a conversation.
Something
one of
like,
those things, right?
Yeah,
where you say something, they hear you, they think about it,
they
and
process
share
it
with you, and you hear them,
and then you take what they said and you filter it,
into your brain,
and you synthesize words
back to them. Conversation. Wow. This is a deep podcast, man. We've grown a lot from sexy podcast to
I think we
this.
have. We should be like, I don't even know. I haven't listened to any for a
They
long
were good.
time.
We just like, but it was. I felt like the really fun part of that was writing jokes at the end. This
Are
is
we gonna
like
do that today?
we could.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're only at half an hour. We got time.
we got time, baby.
This podcast is. I think I told you this. I even said it on a couple other episodes, but I'm trying to follow like the Joe Rogan style. I'm not like a Joe Rogan church member or something. I'm just saying like he
And
just.
yet somehow we kind of all are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Joe Rogan for president. No.
For sure.
No. I like his style of just he has a person on his podcast. They talk, and then it just goes wherever it goes. And like lately, it's like he gets. Sometimes it's just like Ari Shaffir's in town. I'm gonna have him on. But then other times it's like Robert Downey Jr. wants to promote his new movie, but they don't really talk about the movie. They talk about whatever comes up.
I feel like it's a loose late night talk show.
Yeah. Which
where
is
late night,
better.
sometimes they come on to promote and whatever.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they're just like talking and stuff. And podcasts, it's like that, but without, we have to throw in this game or this desk piece. Which, again, I mean, I wanted to write for late night when I first started stand-up. So it's like, I like that format too.
I did too. Like I was even I would write
Packets.
topical jokes all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think you sent me a couple, and I tried to do them, and I never got it done in time, or like
it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I always hate everything I write. So.
Nah, dude, it's so easy to write. Taylor Tomlinson had this really funny post recently. It was like people ask me about my writing process, and it shows a blank notebook, and the song that's playing in the background is. Nothing that I do is good or something. So funny because it's so true. Like creatively, for me, the first like hour, that's an exaggeration, but like a long time in the beginning is just getting over the voices in my head. saying like, no one's gonna like this. In fact, no one likes you. And then like eventually I'm like, no, that's not true. It's like, yes, it is. And then finally I can start writing. I'm like, no, it's actually not bad, And then finally where I'm like, okay, I'll try this on stage.
Yeah.
But that's the process. I think that's the process of being a comedian. is
Yeah, and
being
the
able to fight
longer
your head.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't do that so much. It just like sometimes I feel more confident than other times.
Mm.
And then it is a lot of it's like that thing that you hear where it's just don't just write like, and I don't do this enough for sure, but it's that thing where you sit down like just stop thinking and just write. Like you want to write this thing, just start going. Like just start typing and then and I don't know.
I do think that is the fastest way. They say the fastest way out of writer's block is to just write.
Yeah, just like
go.
It's like just blank your head and just like whatever whatever starts coming out of the back of your head, put it on the screen, and then I still like I actually don't really do that very much. What I end up doing is if I want to write, like the other day I went to a coffee shop near my house, and I was working on my space opera. That's right, guys.
Hell yeah!
Since high school, I've been working on my own Star Wars type thing, which is why I'm
when you
so
say
critical
space
of Star
opera,
Wars.
is there music?
No, see, I think that's
gotcha.
like if you're not a nerd, you don't know the term, so then you just think I'm a weirdo and I want to have aliens singing at each other. No,
I picture Fifth Element. Space opera.
The blue lady, every time.
But I think
with
I
the
have
rock
an
in her
understanding
belly.
of what a space opera is, because the opera isn't really just about the music. It's like there's this epic.
Yeah, it's almost like space epic would be a better term, but for some reason space opera is like what people say.
Oh, gotcha.
So, but it's basically like a sci-fi story where there's aliens and interplanetary travel and like big crazy concepts and epicness. So like,
dope.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to, like, I've seen all the ones I've seen, and I just have ideas of where I would take it. And that's part of why I was so disappointed with Star Wars, is because to me it's like, I'm like, what about this? Like, you didn't do any of this? Like, what about, because, like when I watched The Force Awakens, there's like, all three of these movies, maybe the last one more, but they haven't done anything where I get the sense of the galaxy. Like, I never feel like I understand how big the First Order is and how big the Resistance should be, and like the people who are being oppressed, the people who don't like this, like I want to see like the alien world where like the First Order is like mining resources and ruining their lives. I want to see the Resistance save those people, get those people on their side.
Yeah, it's definitely more focused on like a small
like four
population
characters.
of characters.
Yeah,
of
and
the
then
Resistance and the New Order.
Yeah, and then I hated The Last Jedi because it was like the Resistance is like literally 4 spaceships. I'm like, that's not enough to combat like a galactic empire type thing.
Yeah,
which is basically like the First Order is just a reboot of the Empire. So it just was like, I don't buy this. But I don't know. I feel like we were following something else and then I went off.
Thread, space opera. Before space opera was...
We were talking about like gray area and things like that, but maybe we're beyond that stuff. I don't know. Sorry, I halted it.
No, it's all good.
I'm trying to also, when I do this podcast, I want to make sure like I'm like thoughtful, because I feel like before we would like talk about stuff and then like not finish thoughts and then just this though, and then
yeah,
which is
like
fine,
a thread. Well, let's see. Okay, if we talk about what we talked about today, we were talking about the gray area of like conversation, people conversing versus liberal versus like conservative.
Yeah.
And then how did we get to the space opera?
I don't know. Star Wars came back up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm not ready to like talk about details.
No, for sure.
But it just, there's like stuff about, I guess we got back to Star Wars, which I wanted to do a little bit because yeah, my main problem is just that they didn't plan it. And I wish they had taken the Marvel approach and like Kathleen Kennedy had been more like a Kevin Feige. So this is the problem, is I think Kathleen Kennedy, she's a great, like, she can organize shit and get talented people together, but she's not a fan of the material. where like Kevin Feige. Do you know who Kevin Feige is?
These names sound very familiar.
So Kathleen Kennedy is the president of Lucasfilm.
Gotcha.
She's the lady that George Lucas handpicked to take over when Disney bought the company.
Okay.
And so she's the one who makes all the decisions.
What is George Lucas's involvement now? I saw a video where
they invite him to come check stuff out.
Gotcha. So he kind of like approves and.
I don't even know that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
If he doesn't like it, they're like, well, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
He sold everything. $4.5 billion. He sold everything, and it's not his.
Yeah.
His baby is not his baby.
I would
anymore.
do that to just go check it out here and there. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's basically his job. Is that sound? Yeah. All right.
But even that, it's like he's just like, well, that's interesting. That's not what I would have done. You know, like it's more that because he's.
Whoa, it just got brighter.
I know the sun keeps coming out.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Kevin Feige is sort of like Kathleen Kennedy, but for Marvel, and he's like a huge fan. Like he's worked for Marvel for years, like before Iron Man, and he's just he knows the material in and out. So when he works on it, when people come up, like I don't know exactly what their process is, but I do know that they have like meetings and they get together and they plan out like years ahead of time where the stories are going to go. Like, and then they still figure out stuff like closer to when the movie comes out. You know, like. Yeah. But they know, like, we're going to get to this Avengers movie, and this is, like, all the movies we're doing that will lead to this movie. Whereas the Star Wars trilogy was, like, we bought it, let's make a movie. And then they did that, but then when they made the second one, they hired someone who wasn't involved before, who they kind of told what happened, and then he wrote his own bullshit. And that's why I didn't like The Last Jedi, because it was basically, like, killing everything from The Force Awakens and doing its own thing, which felt like at the end of the film nothing had really happened. And then J.J. Abrams came back because they didn't like the other guy they hired to do the third one, so they fired him. And then J.J. Abrams came in and undid everything in The Last Jedi. That's why that movie, like, so much shit happens in the first, like, half hour, because he's just basically like, well, we have to get through all this stuff to get to where I wanted to go. And it's like, instead
what was the name
they
of
could
this
have
one again?
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. There we go. Yeah.
So that's my, like I said before, that's my main, like what I've boiled it down to, like the problem with these movies is that there was no planning.
Like it doesn't feel quite like, it's definitely not the same Star Wars that I watched when I was a kid, like the first ones. But I almost feel like I'm not watching it like connected to those ones anymore. It's like, it's totally just new characters, new actors, and that's why I'm watching it. But I'm also not like as diehard into the whole thing. So I'm just like, oh, let me go see what these actors did.
And I mean that's great because
so
you
hard
aren't
to
connected to it the way I am, where I have all these expectations. You went in like, I'm depressed, I want to feel better.
It must be so hard to continue, like, how many Star Wars are there now? Is it 9, right?
There's 9 in that sequence of movies.
Yeah, and then there's also
like
the other
Rogue
branches.
One and Han Solo, and then the Mandalorian
I like
show.
Rogue One.
Rogue One's my favorite new movie.
Yeah, that was good.
And that's funny because that movie had problems. Like, they fired the director towards the end, and they had someone come in. I think they didn't fire him, but they rewrote a bunch of stuff, and then they basically like told him what to film.
Yeah.
But it turned out great. Like, it's a fun movie. There's some like character issues, I guess, but it's like,
well, I can't imagine, because so it's like if you're a stand-up and you make like a special, you're like, holy shit, this guy's great. Now you got to make like 9 specials that are just as good as that. That's insane to me. So I think, but I mean, that's like the whole reason that we do like it, is they've been able to put out such good stuff for so long. But that's crazy also to think about. So it's like at some point they're gonna have some bums, like some shitty ones, and or maybe not. Maybe they can just keep hiring the best of the business and like keep getting them in there. But
so that's what I mean. To me, that's like it's like that's sort of like when people tell me, like, oh, well, they're just dumb, fun movies, you know, like they're for kids.
Like, but I love them.
Well, yeah, that, but also when you look at a Pixar movie, that's a kid's movie, a family movie for everyone, but it tells a compelling story that's great, and it's.
Oh, I don't think they're like dumb, like, you know, throwaway movies though. I do think they have good stories.
But that's like, what some people tell me when I say. When I get like worked up and I'm like, I need it to be this, and people are like, it's Space Wizards, and I'm like, well, yeah, but It doesn't have to be. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it could be really, really good, and it could be amazing. And I look at things like Pixar or Marvel because I know, like, Marvel's popcorn movies, but they also, like, when you see the film, you're not like, well, why did they do that? You're just like, that was great.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, it's not an issue of, it's like you just didn't do it right, and I
Sure.
don't think you followed a good process.
I think there's a lot of like Marvel movies with depth and like Star Wars movies with depth, you know.
Well, Empire Strikes Back. The Last
yeah.
Jedi has depth for sure. Like, there's philosophical
It's
things
just like
in there.
the category rom-com. We don't think like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and like and learn something unique about life. But then there can be a rom-com that you watch that's like actually really has a lot of heart, or like
I'm thinking of one right now.
which one?
I can't remember.
I actually love rom-coms. So
It's called something Time. Hold
About
on.
Time.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone
The
keeps saying that's
Donald
super
Gleason movie with
good. I haven't
Rachel
seen it yet.
McAdams.
Yeah, is it good?
It's so good.
Is
and
it a Nicholas Sparks book?
I don't think so.
Okay, I feel like every rom-com. Is
Yeah.
it a Nicholas Sparks book?
It's
You could
either
say.
Nicholas Sparks or Nora Ephron.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's
Cool. Maybe I'll go watch that today.
yeah. It's
Will I
it's
cry?
great.
I definitely would be down
You
for a
might
good
cry.
cry. Sweet.
It has some cry potential.
Yeah.
It's not as it's not it's more rom, less com. It's more of like a dramedy, but there's funny
More
fun
rum,
parts.
less cum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A rom-com. I wonder if that's a drink. But anyways,
Who directed this? I'm curious.
rom-coms and rom-coms.
Richard Curtis. Never heard of him. He wrote it too.
Yeah, everyone says it's.
What a
it's
cute
really
man
amazing.
though. He's like a cute. He looks
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of.
He's a
He looks
cute
like
man.
he could be really nice or really.
Is there a way to
creepy.
show him on the thing?
I don't know. I can try to.
Oh, it's very shiny. Oh, that was
Look at
perfect.
that.
It
Yeah.
showed up so well.
This camera's great.
That's for the people who are watching. Okay.
Oh, he wrote Love Actually, Four Weddings and a Funeral,
Oh yeah, those were all good.
Pirate Radio.
Oh, yesterday?
Yesterday.
Dude, Yesterday was so good. If
You
you haven't
liked
seen
it?
Yesterday, go watch it.
I thought, like, see, if I was more of a musician, I feel like I'd probably enjoy it. But
Oh, you didn't like it?
I didn't see it, but
Oh.
I'm not interested.
I was on an airplane,
Okay.
and that helps a lot. To go see a movie.
That's always what you want to
sometimes.
hear if you're the film
Man, I don't-
maker.
dude, if somebody saw my stand-up clip on an airplane, I'd be happy, because it's like
That's true, yeah.
how many people you get to just stop and watch your thing, because there's so much.
On an airplane, too, you're really focused because you're like, the screen is in your face.
I love watching movies on airplanes, man. Like, because you got, let's say you're a director and you're like, man, I'm just watching my movie on an airplane. I'll make you feel better. Because, like, that got me through, like, however many hours of just, like, sitting there and,
Yeah.
like, waiting to be in the Philippines. It's
Oh,
usually where
yeah.
I'm
How many
flying
hours
to.
is that flight?
It's like somewhere 12 to 16, somewhere around there, if it's direct.
Fuck.
Otherwise, let's say you took China Eastern, which I did, then you would stop in China for like 8 hours if you got the cheapest flight, which I also did, and then go to the Philippines.
Was
But,
that to visit family or to do shows?
visit family? I have done shows in Asia, but that mostly when I go to the Philippines, it's to visit family.
Have you seen I Need You to Kill?
Oh, Tom Segura and all them. I haven't seen it, but everyone keeps telling me about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I was
it
just
good?
curious if it matches up with your experience.
Jamie Gong, right?
Is that the guy?
The Booker in China.
Oh,
Is it in China?
I don't remember. Because there's a guy who came from China and opened a comedy club in like Nebraska or wherever Chad Daniels is from, I think.
Yeah.
And then that's the guy that starts this whole thing. What?
I feel like we could say that about any like Midwestern state. Nebraska, Ohio, wherever Chad Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh man, Chad Daniels is so funny, and he's also kind
God.
of like my dream as far as like,
He's one of the best comedians
so
in
funny.
the world
and he gets to live
ever. He's the best one. Of
He
the
gets
best
to
ever.
live wherever he lives
Yeah.
and just do it at such a like good quality. And I don't know what his life is like, but it seems like
I think
really
he's
happy.
just a dad. Like he just lives.
Same with Nate Bargatze. Like I always would
Yeah.
look at Nate Bargatze and Chad Daniels as like, okay, so first I was
That's
like,
your
dude, I want
goals?
to get late night. I want to like work on late night, do this, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm like, dude, I want to be a dad and like live wherever, raise my family, and like people will still want to come see me at shows. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go see this dad. And that's pretty cool.
I think it's just it's
Dad
that-
Channels. Does he have a album called that? He should.
He
Dad
might.
Channels. Chad Daniels.
He's
in
definitely heard that before.
Dad
If he
Channels.
hasn't done it,
He's probably
already.
like, why does everyone keep making that joke?
He's like,
Um,
I know why, because they think they're funny, but I'm funnier. God, he's so. I saw
So
him
funny.
live one time, and
How
he
is
was
it?
he just fucking annihilates. He just He's
Punchline?
so yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm actually I think I'm Facebook friends with him
Mm-hmm.
because like some people you could add them for a time. So like you get in on the ground floor of Facebook.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Like I think I was
That's
friends
still the
with
real
Nate
ones.
Bargatze
Mm-hmm.
and him, and then like Michael Che. I think I added him,
Yeah.
and it was like
That's awesome.
before all three of them were like bigger and Facebook was
Yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
yeah.
So it's like you could just add people.
Yeah.
I might even be friends with Bert
Instagram,
Kreischer,
you can
but I
still
don't know.
kind of. It's weird how directly we can message people that we're like fans of now. It's like, oh yeah,
I don't do that though unless, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird because you don't want to turn someone off or make them feel weird.
no,
But
I do
also,
it. I do it because people do it to me. People will message me and I respond because I'm just like, yeah, I'm just a person. So
Mark Norman says he responds a lot. Like he'll
Yeah.
get, he's like, I can't help myself. I got to do it.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Same. It's like I just want to like, they're like, hey, I'm like, hi. Why not?
And then they're probably like, oh my God, he said something.
Yeah, like sometimes people will be so surprised, like, "Oh my God, thanks for responding," and all this stuff, and I'm just like sitting in bed, like I think they imagine
You just
I'm
jacked
on like
off.
a
You got
movie
like
set or something.
dirty tissues all around
Oh
your
yeah,
naked
yeah.
torso.
Just like I'm just here, jerking it. Let me say hi.
And they're probably imagining like you're in a cool loft in Hollywood and you're like in a van.
in a powerful meeting with like a CEO of like a production company or
Yeah.
whatever.
But
But
just leaving a coffee bean with your coffee.
yeah, it's like just woke up in my van. But no, I like responding to people, and so I like to message people, especially if it's someone like I really, it's just like a way to, okay, I can comment on something, like it. It's like, oh, I
Yeah.
really like this. I'll message you and say this was really, really good.
So do you message like comedians that are like just above you or in your range, or do you also like message like musicians and actors
Who
or?
have I messaged? Okay, I messaged Phil Hanley.
Oh, cool. That
Because
guy's hilarious.
yeah, I just messaged him because I was like, dude, your jokes are so fucking good. Like, I'm
He's-
like
he's a
legit
fucking
rewatching
master.
them. Yeah.
If you don't follow Phil Hanley, there's like a few guys from New York that like you should just follow because they'll post clips every day.
And I think Phil Hanley's originally from Canada, right?
I don't know.
He's Canadian. Yeah.
I know he's in New York now.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Him,
So
Mark
funny.
Norman, Sam Morril, Joe List, Michelle Wolf. Those are people that you
Yeah.
should be following. 'Cause
They're all
they'll
great joke writers and performers.
Yeah.
Phil Hanley, and then I'll message like.
What did he message back though?
He just messaged real quick back. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is like,
Yeah.
this is great. It's just cool that he even responded.
Yeah.
But it's that thing where it's like, well, technically we're all in the same business.
Yeah.
So why not? It's like being at work, like, hey, good job on Thursday. It's like, thanks, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah. It's almost like you're passing them in the hallway, but like you're in the same office, but the office is massive and they work like on the east side of the building and you're in the west. Like,
Yeah.
And you're in a different like unit,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're like
yeah.
in the same organization.
And plus, I would imagine if you're in that unit, in the organization, there's moments where you're like, am I even doing a good job? And then someone says, yes. I'm like, okay, I'll keep going.
And that person has done really cool shit and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, wow."
Yeah, of course you've done good shit.
Or then eventually maybe your units have to pair up and like work on something.
I recently
And
messaged.
that is called a TV show now.
That's a show. Okay, so we're talking about Nate Bargatze and Chad Daniels.
I Need You to Kill.
I Need
the
You
documentary.
to Kill. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Amazon, so you could just watch it. It's really
Yeah, yeah.
you should watch it. It's so entertaining too. Like it's fascinating.
I heard about it because I was in Singapore and they filmed it in Asia, and all the comics were telling me about it because I think at that time they're also touring around other spots in Asia, and they stopped out there.
Yeah, they went. So they
And the comic that was telling me about it had a really cool story about like meeting. I think it was Tom Segura, meeting Tom Segura at the airport or something. So that was cool.
yeah, because I think they went to China. They went to Hong Kong,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think they went to Singapore,
Mm-hmm.
and then they went back to Hong Kong. I don't know if they went to anywhere else. I forget now, but
Yeah.
those are like the two main places they went to do shows. And then like the guy who made the documentary, he went to like an open mic and he interviewed just because there's like a club in Hong Kong
Mm-hmm.
that's like it's called like New York Comedy Club or something like that. And the guy who runs it was in New York for a long time and he came back. And then
I
that
think
guy,
it's Jamie Gong, but I don't know for sure.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Because the other guy has a different name, I think.
Gotcha,
The one
okay.
who owns the club in America.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah,
Is it a
they're
white guy?
No, it's a Chinese guy.
Okay, but
He-
the one that owns
he's
the one in America is also
Chinese.
Chinese. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because he was talking about his life, and like he was part of a family where like he's like one of 9 kids, and the
Mhm.
first 5 were doctors, and he was like,
Yeah.
I want to open a comedy club.
Yeah, for sure.
And his parents,
It's
Asian
my family,
parents, were
dude.
like, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, and so he has a connection with that guy, and that's why they did the whole thing, and yeah, so it's great. You should watch it. It's hilarious and it's super fascinating.
Yeah.
And it
Cool.
made me go like, it's not. It made me understand like when you went, like it's probably not so scary, but you just
Yeah.
think like it's Asia. It's so different.
It's gonna be so different. But then,
Only expats come to the
well,
shows, right?
Because but like first of all, it's mostly expats, and then the ones who do go to see a stand-up comedy show will understand the references because stand-up comedy is very Western. So it's like if you even know what stand-up comedy is or a fan
Yeah.
of it, you're gonna know
You're versed in
how
the-
it works
Yeah.
and what the styles of stand-up are, kind of.
Well, you probably
even
also
in
like,
America, it's the same thing. Like not everybody watches stand-up.
yeah.
So, and the ones like who barely watch it, it's like they'll know the same kind of 3 very famous comics.
Bill Cosby,
Yeah,
Louis
yeah.
C.K., all the people who have done bad stuff.
Yeah, that's the only ones they know because it's in the news. But then it's like,
And they used to be massively famous.
oh man,
I think
it's-
Louis is coming back. He'll be fine
saw him.
eventually.
I saw him in Winnipeg. Did I tell you that?
Oh, really?
I was doing Rumors Comedy Club in Winnipeg, and
How much of him did you see? Was it in
let's
a hotel
just
room?
say I opened for Louis.
Your
well,
butthole?
so
He's not a rapist. Okay.
I'll bet he's a good dude.
I've heard. Yeah, I mean, Joe List talks about him all the time on their
Yeah.
podcast, and he's great. It's
So I
just-
had a week booked at Rumors in
fucked up.
Winnipeg, and it was like I think they do Monday through Sunday or Tuesday through Sunday, and then all of a sudden I got a message from my agent like, oh, you're just doing Thursday through Sunday now, but you know, and so I got the same rate, which is really nice at the club, and then I was like, okay, didn't look into it, and when I'm booking my flight and looking at like the dates of the club and stuff like that, I saw that Louis was performing the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So he took over those days.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, of course. They're
How,
not, yeah.
how crazy would it be if the reason they still paid you is he just gave them money to pay you?
Yeah. Here, go pay that kid.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. And I flew in a day early and I got to see 2 of his sets. And I know he's like still touring now, so I'm not going to say anything that's in his set. But it was actually really good to see
Yeah.
him like working it out, but it was already good at
Yeah,
that point.
of
And he
course.
was,
I
I
actually
think
watched
he was touring
the,
in Europe too before that. He was like, yeah.
I watched that video where those people captured his whole set, which maybe it's bad that I watched it, but
And his stuff is a completely different hour than that.
oh really?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, because that stuff was great,
Yeah.
and I was mad when those career
Dude.
haters were writing articles about it because they were picking and choosing the setup.
Mm.
They were taking the setup and getting angry about that,
Mm.
but not because the joke was the school shooting and like this
Yeah,
kid's like
yeah.
you're not important, and like they were just. It's like they're allowed to get mad at him now
Well, I wonder
because he's
too-
done something stupid.
Yeah.
But if no one was mad
Well,
at him,
no matter what, people are allowed to get mad. I think it's like
Sure.
okay, everyone's allowed to get mad, but I
But-
don't have to agree with
but
why
the
you're mad.
my thing what I'm saying is like the reason that it's more like cool to be mad now is because of what he did, which he did a fucked up thing and he apologized, and there's been time now, like I think as long as he grows and he doesn't do it anymore,
Yeah.
I think we can forgive him. But it's like the fact I'm losing my train of thought. What people
it's a hard conversation for sure, that stuff, because it's like
Well, it's like what I'm saying is like those jokes he did, if he had done them without having a scandal, no one would be talking shit.
yeah.
And like maybe there'd be an article, but everyone would be like, whatever, he's Louis, he's untouchable, he's hilarious. So
Mm.
that's just my point is he did something, like he got in trouble for something, and now, but if you go back through all of his specials, there's always something he's done that's bad. I mean, he said the N-word in a special. Like there's a whole bit where he's like, that N-word made the shit out of my coffee,
Sure.
you know?
Well, I think if you remove the stand-up part of it, and it's like, you know, that there was some of that stuff that like I'm sure he acknowledges even is like was
Too far.
yeah, maybe like too far, like kind of put like certain like comics in compromising positions and stuff like that. And I think that stuff,
Oh, are you talking
Definitely
about
should-
when the scandal?
yeah, scandal.
Oh, no.
Not the stand-up.
No, I was talking about the stand. Yeah, no, the
that's where-
scandal was for
yeah.
sure like some of those people thought it was funny.
Oh, you're
and
talking
some
about
of them didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, when he did the shooting joke about the kids and how they quoted the part that's the setup, which is, fuck those kids, they're stupid, they're fat, or whatever he said. But the funny part, the part that makes that bit work, is that he's joking about how, like, why are we giving a shit about these kids, like, when we don't care about old people? We have all these old people that just, they're old, so you're boring.
Yeah.
Like, your grandma died. Well, she was
my
old.
opinion on the releasing of his thing is, like, it wasn't a special. It wasn't like something he was like, oh, I'm going to put it out.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like working out an hour still.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so it's,
totally.
like, hard to be like, oh,
That's another
we shouldn't
issue,
have said
too.
this, or
Yeah. He's not done, and that's comedy. Like, you
Yeah.
have to say it to get through it. You can't just write it.
yeah. Like, I'm not going to go see somebody at an open mic and be like, dude, Todd fucking sucks, because it's like, you see that set, you do that open mic, it's like, well, we'll see, like, when he puts it out. Even then, I actually don't even talk shit about people's sets.
Yeah.
But
No, because it's like
yeah.
the only art form that you can only do. You can't make it better unless you do it in front of people.
This is what I noticed about Louis when I was in Winnipeg, was like, I'm not good about talking about scandals or issues, because it's like,
Yeah.
I'm very, like, gray about everything. I'm just like, well, let me hear you out. And the people who hate Louis now or love Louis now, it's like, maybe somebody has, like, trauma that they went through in their life, so, like,
Totally.
unforgivable.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, we love Louis because you shouldn't have to apologize for this, or I don't know what the reasons are either, too.
Yeah.
But, like, I think,
it's
like,
just,
when I was out there, it's crazy that now that also, like, follows him wherever he goes. And, like, even just because I was performing at Rumors, or the comics who would be opening for Louis that week, we're talking about how, like, no matter what, people would ask them, like, how do you feel about this and stuff.
yeah.
And so at least there's, like, that conversation going. But it is wild to me that it's just, like, now follows him, just, like, you know, Aziz and stuff like that. I'm even thinking
Yeah.
about it now, where I'm like, I would imagine if I was them, it's like, just, and they saw this, right? They're like, hey, can you guys just stop talking about it?
Yeah. Stop
Like,
making it happen.
But
and
it's
go
like,
around.
when
Yeah.
I was in Winnipeg, I can imagine, like, I think I remember even they were saying, like, they wanted to promote the show, right? Or actually, I think it sold out even without them promoting it. But if they went on radio to promote it, like, that's the thing that the interviewers want to ask about it, you know?
Well, it's sort of like I mentioned Robert Downey Jr. was on Joe Rogan, and it's like, you can't not talk about Iron Man and that is he coming back? Like, he asks, you know, like, he did those annoying questions.
And he probably doesn't even want to talk about it anymore, but he knows that he has to.
You can tell he tightens up a little bit, but he's also, like, grown up enough that he's like,
Yeah.
this is inevitable, and I signed up for this.
Yeah. If, like, you're gonna interview Charlie Manson, you're not gonna really ask him, like, hey, top 10 pet peeves in dating.
Yeah. What's your favorite cupcake flavor?
Yeah, that's interesting, man. And, like, I guess that's part of it, is
Yeah.
you're gonna ask people those questions.
Yeah. No, but what you were saying is important to point out, is if you've gone through a thing that sucks, and then that person, like Louis, if you were molested, or if you had someone, like, expose themselves and do that to you and trap you, then of course that's, like, really awful, and that he's like, you know, you demonize him for sure.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I think what all I'm saying is like, if somebody does the time and they apologize and they don't do the thing anymore, I feel like we should be able to forgive them. That's all, because I think that's the whole point of, like, prison. I mean, obviously prison's fucked up. I don't want to get into, like, the whole.
And you know what? Only God can judge you. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my Bible app real quick, just so you can hear his voice again.
It's just like,
he said, if you don't give me a child, I will surely die, Jacob.
my womb will fall out, and so will my ovaries.
Oh my
so it
gosh.
has been said.
Well, actually, so that's what I like about spirituality. Not necessarily religion, because religion, you can find all these, I think, negatives to some organized religion, but there's also positives, like community. But I like spirituality in the sense of, like, all this stuff I don't have the answer to, but if I believe that something else is like, yeah, you know, I'll judge them. It's not your job. Then it's like, okay, cool. I'm like, I don't have to go over here and decide who's an asshole or not an asshole.
That's really great, because
It's freeing of anxiety.
And I wish more people
Anxiety.
would think that. Because for sure, like, we have to, like, sometimes if someone kills someone, we got to take care of it. Like,
yes, yeah, you
figure
can't
that
just
out.
be like, someone
Yeah.
else will figure out if it's
The
bad.
universe, man.
Yeah. Nah, it's all good, dude.
They'll be in a car crash soon. It's all good.
Yeah.
No.
But it's whether you're spiritual or not, it's probably healthy for you to let go of resentment and
Yeah.
like forgive in general. But yeah, what you were saying.
I lost it.
You're talking about it's probably better for people. Oh yeah, you got to think about like if you murder somebody or somebody murders
Oh no,
somebody.
I was agreeing. I like the idea that like letting go, because then it's like those people on Twitter, the career haters that we've been calling them. Those people don't do that. Well, part of it's like they earn money that way, so now it's like their job. But I feel like the people who jump on and like that and share it and go like, yeah, fuck this person because they did this thing. They said this racist tweet 12 years ago. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but first of all, that was a long time ago. They're probably not the same person. But also, it's like, yeah, it's not up to you. Like, why are you outraged? You're not their dad or their mom.
They should have an
So it's so ridiculous
so
that
attached to it.
that person is like,
I think about
their
that
life
with,
is on the line now because they're so upset. Like, it's like people who get way too into like it's their identity.
for sure.
It's weird, but I guess that's how I do with Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, I
try
get
to
it.
not
I
be
get it
that,
because
you know?
like as I'm getting older, paying taxes, and I have to learn about what's happening. I'm getting more involved versus like before it's like I don't give a fuck, and then now I'm like, well, I kind of give a fuck because I'm like giving my money. I'm giving money to the government. So what are you spending it on?
Yeah, what are you doing? Are you dumping chemicals in my water?
Yeah.
Fucks.
Is this going to schools? What? It's going to hating gays. I didn't agree on that. And
That's after Trump gets impeached and what's his face becomes the president,
who
the vice president. I can't remember.
was about to say Mark Pence. That's how bad. That's why you shouldn't be listening to me about politics.
Yeah.
Was it
disclaimer, we're idiots.
old Mark Pants?
Mark Pants.
Mark Pants. I like him.
That'd be a good sketch. I feel like
Trousers.
Mark Pants.
Mark Pants. Yeah.
His opponent is Louis Trousers or something. Steven Trousers.
Mark Pants and Steve Shirt. Yeah. And his slogan is, "I just don't give a shirt."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I like him. He tells it like it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was saying Mike Pence, and then that would be when they start the governmental gay conversion therapy,
Mhm.
and then that's when your tax
Conversion
dollars are
therapy.
going to the wrong place.
Yeah. Man, yeah. That not to always bring it back to spirituality, but that's why I left the church in the beginning was homophobia. I was like, I can't deal with this shit right now. Gays get into heaven or I'm out. And
There's some churches that accept gay people. There's one near my mom's house.
There
and
are
there's one
more
in
open-minded
Midtown.
now. And that's the thing is like I came back because I started to realize, oh, not all churches are like that. It's a very select group.
Yeah.
But it's so easy to only see like 5% of something portrayed in the media and be like, oh, all churches are like homophobic.
It's the same thing, black and white, not gray.
Yeah.
It's like it's all bad or it's all good.
Yeah. But then the only news line, you don't see the news lines that are like, oh hey, we're all okay. It's like, oh no, we're all gonna die. There's a
because that's what gets the click.
Yeah,
That's what sells the ad.
It kind of makes sense if you think of news as like, if we're just a small town, like a village town, and there's a guy who's like, hey everybody, watch out, like stampede coming. Like I'm gonna listen to that guy, you know.
Yeah.
So I understand the purpose for the news, but it definitely stresses me out.
But I think then the news does things like a stampede could be coming.
Yeah.
Click.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, I think I
And
just
you should
echoed
probably
down
buy
the
this.
street.
I know it's cool. You can hear the
Echo.
We're podcasting in a neighborhood, so
Yeah.
just to let y'all know.
We covered that, right?
We
We were gonna tell the address. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
555
5555
Marshmallow Street.
.net.
/
Also, how many people out there have a .net these days? But
I
that's
don't.
a random side note.
Did you? I got lucky. I got lukesoin.com and
nice.
epictiki.com. But do you
I have
JR?
JRDeGuzman.com. I don't remember
Nice.
what I had to do because I had .net for a while.
Oh, really?
When I first started
so did your
stand-up-
agents and stuff help you?
I think when I switched was when I joined my record label because 800-Pound Gorilla Records, they helped me organize all that stuff because I was so bad at it. And even now I'm still figuring out a lot of online things. I'll find mentors in each specific thing. Like, how do you
Yeah.
make a website? Find someone who has a good website. I'm like burping a bunch on this, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. One of the things I put on my to-do list today was, which I probably won't get around to, was my friend sent me a bunch of sources to look at to like grow like marketing stuff and SEO stuff because I don't know any of that.
Yeah, I want to find one that isn't Ty Lopez or one of those dudes who's like Ty Lopez, whatever, as he's fine. But like when you see these like
Yo, read books,
yeah,
get models,
CEOs, yeah, here's
drive
my new car.
Lamborghinis.
I have a Tesla, Lamborghini,
Do you have a
a
business
pool.
idea? I'll go in 40%. You front 60, I'll go 40. We'll make money together.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, like there's so many of those same like YouTube pitches like as a commercial
Yeah.
where it's like 10 seconds and you realize it's a pitch, but like the hook is so good that like all right, I guess
I
I'll
don't
watch
give them
30
any time
seconds
of
it.
day.
I
Even the ones
usually
that are
skip
like
ad,
a
but-
real ad, I'm just like, skip. I don't care.
Yeah, I usually do, but every once in a while there's one that gets me.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz had a really funny Instagram post where it was like he's promoting shows,
Uh-huh.
but it starts out with like just this girl about to like take her top off, and I'm like, I know this isn't. I'm not gonna see nips, but my brain is so stupid that it's like we might see nipples.
Yeah. Also,
Instead of we saw like tour dates.
that's funny that you do that because also like you can just was
I just said we might see nipples. I want to see who's out there.
oh
Like it's usually like randomly I'll say something and then like sitting on my porch on the phone, and then
that's when your mom comes home.
no, if like a family of 4 will be like riding on their bikes like pleasantly
Oh.
with like the toddler with the training wheels and stuff. I'm like I should not say that. But anyways,
fuck, I
talking
keep
about
forgetting.
tits showing.
Oh, yeah, it's funny that you would do that because you can just go like the internet is so it's so easy to find tits now. But you still
Yeah.
will like go find or like
What
look
I'm trying to slow down on pornography, and that's why it's called pornography now. When I watch a lot of porn, it's just porn. But when I'm like I'm trying to watch less, it becomes pornography.
oh, it's like more clinical and
It's more clinical, and I'm like detached from it. Like
yeah,
I'm trying to think of anything else I would add the ography to, but
videography, discography.
discography.
What's your you have one on your discography?
One.
One album?
Oh yeah, one album. Yeah, I want to release another album of just like recorded stuff, not live, because I have a bunch of like.
Oh, like without
songs
the
sitting-
audience reactions and stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
That'd be good. Do you have enough stuff to do that? Like that's all different?
I think so. Yeah, maybe like 8 songs would be good. That's kind of on my mind lately too, is to like record like an EP of music, and then record a comedy album of songs, and also travel in this van. I thought of a thing, like a tour, that I could like document, make like a docu-series or something
Yeah.
called Van Life and the Search for Happiness.
I think you should do that.
Yeah.
Get a better Panasonic camera,
Yes.
GH5, and just like it's like what I have.
Dude, this is a great setup. I'm very impressed with you,
The
Luke.
Joby GorillaPod is like $100. I think it was like $90, which is a lot, but it's like really sturdy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can like if you're driving, you could probably prop it up somehow because it has these like little legs that wrap around stuff.
Yeah.
And this one's like rated to carry a certain amount of weight, so that's why like I can put my video the video recorder and then the camera and the lens and the little handle thing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that it's good for vlogging too because you can hold it like in a way in front of you and then walk around.
I love it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
want to
I'll-
get a wider lens.
I'll shoot you a
for
message
that,
about like all the gear you have and see what maybe I should get to just hit the road and do it. I have enough stuff where I could just start with what I have, but everything wouldn't be the best quality. You know, it's like, okay, here's just to start the channel, and then
You don't
over time
need-
start investing in it.
You could honestly like your phone is good enough to video yourself.
Yeah.
The problem is like at night iPhones
grainy.
are terrible at dark.
Dude, I
darkness.
did a self-tape recently, and it's like I felt bad giving it to like, you know, submitting it to my agent and stuff because it was like it was good when the lighting was good, and then it was definitely super grainy in this dark part of my house, but I had to record it there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
iPhones, especially the newest one, which I have, it
The
looks
3 cameras.
beautiful in the sunlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's if you're in a comedy club or if you're I
Yeah.
did a video. It was with the front facing camera, which is a
Mhm.
little worse.
See, I was using the front-facing camera too, and it's definitely like worse with that.
Yeah. I did that with AJ DeMello in the green room area of the show we were
Yeah.
at, and it's just like it looks so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But
How's like the because you have this podcast,
yeah.
and then is there another? Are you doing another podcast too, or no? You're doing like a vlog series that's just you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I wanted to talk about that because
Let's do it.
I'm trying to figure out like like I filmed a bunch of stuff that day we did our failed podcast, and I was making fun of the van and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and man, I feel so bad for you.
Well.
You have to.
It's amazing. I love it. So.
But so like I want to keep that like goofy, because the name of it is Vlogs Are Stupid. That's the name of my vlog.
Mm.
Because vlogs are stupid. They're dumb. You shouldn't watch them. But I feel like I have to make one, and I do want to make one because I think I can do it better than other people. But so I've been trying to film stuff when it's funny or when I feel funny, and like put it into little packets. So like I went on a date with my girlfriend, and we went to Target. And when we go to Target, we're just silly and dumb.
Mhm.
And I was making fun of her because she was just like looking through clothes, and I'm like, "You have enough clothes." I feel like I'm in a '90s sitcom with her. Like
Yeah.
we're just dating, and she's like shopping, and
Mhm.
like just
Mhm.
when are you gonna marry me? Like it's just
Mhm.
all the dumb tropes. That's
Yeah.
like real though.
But like, you guys really feel that way, or just like making fun of it?
No, I mean she's like actually wants to buy clothes all the time.
Yeah. Nice.
But, I mean, anyways, but just I put, we were at dinner. I filmed a little bit, and then like at Target, and I just kind of put it all into like little cuts, like all the way through. But then I need something to like introduce, where I'm like sitting like this, and I'm just like, "Welcome to my vlog. Vlogs are dumb. Kill
Mhm.
yourself. Here's a
Mhm.
video." And then, but I don't know what tone to do. Like I've done more serious ones. I've reshot it like 4 times now.
Yeah.
Even on the
Finding
way
what you like.
here. What?
Like finding out what you like as you go.
Yeah, and like how I want it to be, because it's also like it probably has to be similar in every episode of it.
Sure.
But on the way here too, like I held my phone in front of me, like the wide angle version, and I was like talking, and I still hated that, and it was more closer to what I wanted.
Mhm, mhm.
So
I hear you. Yeah.
It's just I need a way to like string together these disparate like.
It makes sense to me to experiment with it too, because I remember like Chris D'Elia had the 10-minute thing before, right?
Oh yeah, the 10.
And then now he has the
podcast.
longer thing. So it's like I feel like people, they like figure it out as they go a little bit too.
Yeah.
But you ultimately get to decide if this is good enough for you to put out and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
that's what's cool seeing even like Joe Rogan's old podcasts, where like they're kind of doing the same thing,
Yeah.
but you can see how much it's changed.
Uh-huh.
That's really cool too.
Yeah.
But
That's true. I just haven't put one out yet, and I
Mhm.
filmed all this footage, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what do I do with it? So
can you make a compilation of even just like those someday, like all the old ones and like the best of those things? Well, I'm
What-
sure there's stuff
you
in there
mean-
that you like,
wait, what are you talking about?
like all the footage that you have now, because you weren't planning on releasing that, you said.
Oh, no. I want to release like the date at Target, the thing with you where I was like joking around, and then also some of the nail stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was, and then I also wanted. Then there's the part at the brewery show, because that was fun, and I filmed a little dumb thing with AJ in the back. It's not that long, but I just want to put it in there and just be like, this is what I did recently.
Yeah.
But the part that I keep throwing away is the voiceover / talking head. Like, it's me in front of my desk in my room
Mm.
trying to talk alone into a camera.
Yeah.
And I just function better with people. Like
Yeah.
I need someone to bounce an idea, to get energy, give
Mhm.
energy. Like if I'm alone in front of my camera, I'm like,
Oh, for sure.
why?
Yeah.
Why
After
is
a while,
this-
you realize you're just talking to nobody. Like
Yeah.
your brain knows. That's why I do. I have a new respect for people.
Some
who
people
are able
can
to
do
do
it.
really well
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
But I also hate those podcasts. The only one I've ever been able to listen to, and I still don't listen to very much, is Bill Burr.
Mm.
He's like the only person that I can
Is
actually.
his always just him? Or does he have guests over?
He has guests, but mostly
The Monday
it's,
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly it's just him talking.
Theo Vaughn does it too. He's pretty good.
And Chris D'Elia.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris D'Elia is, and he like brings in like edited videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't listen to most of them. I'm like, bring a guest. Like, you're not cool enough to do it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
Yeah.
hate vlogs, because it's like, it should be with someone else.
Yeah. I like some of them. It depends how they like. I think the reason I love Theo Vaughn's podcast,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's because he's a good like storyteller,
Yeah.
and that's a hook for me with that one. Chris D'Elia's I can see because he like it's almost like a talk show, because he's like bringing in like videos and stuff like that.
I've seen
But then-
clips. I've never seen a whole one.
Of it?
Or listened.
Yeah, I just watched clips too. So, I think to do it by yourself, yeah, it's just different. There's definitely some that's like not interesting at all,
Well, yeah,
and I'm like it's like a little flat. But that's where would try to avoid that. But it's
one of
yeah.
my main reasons besides wanting to sort of do it for a little while, one of my main inspirations lately is this guy Cody Ko that everyone watching is like, he's old now. He's been doing it for a while. I get it. But I think he's funny, and my friend told me about him like a year and a half ago, and I got into it more recently, and he's just his channel is like, he finds cringy bad things on the internet and he makes fun of it. And it's hilarious, and a lot of it's just him doing it, and he's so good. Like, his energy is good. He cuts well. He like finds a way to flow and to be hilarious the whole time. And then he does ones with his friend Noel Miller, I think his name is. And the two of them are great together too, and they will do like co-roasts of things. And then him and his girlfriend also will do videos. So they'll like, it's called Couples Cringe, and they'll just make fun of shit. So I watched these, and then like a couple other people similar to that, and I'm like, I could do that, but it's just, I think it's just like I have to do it a bunch to like get the vibe I want, and like figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Like learn as you start creating it.
Yeah, I have to get the tone right, because with like yours, you want to do the documentary travel thing, so it'd probably be more serious, but you would be able to pull it off. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna say who. There's a local person that does it.
Well, like a travel
does
thing?
like vlog. No, they do like a vlog, or they've tried them before. And I watch it, and it's like, no one cares about this.
Oh no.
And I was talking to my roommate last night about it, and he's like, well, that's the thing. Like, whenever you feel like you're doing that, remember you hate vlogs.
It's so funny.
So like, try to subvert it, and like, don't do that.
I think you just gotta be like, I don't know, man. Like, you have. It's okay to be bad at things. If you, otherwise,
Totally.
and just be like true to yourself as you do it, whether it's bad or good.
It's like Stevie Wonder said at the end of Mulan in the credits, "You must be true to yourself, true to your heart."
I love Stevie Wonder, man.
With 98 Degrees.
I would listen to a Stevie Wonder podcast. I don't know what he would talk about. I just know it'd be good.
This is what I think cakes look like.
Yeah. It's just Stevie Wonder describing what he thinks it looks like.
I think they're triangles. I don't know what that is either.
No, but it's okay. Man, I wonder how much. Yeah.
Traffic interchange. Shit. I just feel the motion of the car. I don't know.
Stevie Wonder.
What was that at?
Where are we at?
Hour 16.
Nice.
I try to remember if something was funny so I can use a clip or post a clip.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the cool thing about podcasts
that's my leg.
with the video now is like I can take clips out and then I have content.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping the vlog is similar. Like, I could cut clips of the vlog out and put them on Instagram.
Put it on there, yeah.
I just want people to come to Epic Tiki so that I can make more Epic Tiki.
Yeah.
And then make the things I want to make and have an audience so that they see the cool shit I like.
And one day you shall.
Yeah.
My friend.
I don't know. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I think we should wrap it up soon.
Yeah,
I
sure.
have to pee a little bit.
Let's get some lunch. Do you want to eat? Or do you have to go somewhere after this?
No, I can.
Nice.
I probably
Making plans on the cast.
Yeah. But do you want to go over like a joke really quick or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Sexy podcast style?
Go for it.
Okay.
If you got one, go for it.
Want me to go first?
Sure.
All right. So if you used to listen to the Sexy podcast and you're cool like that, we would do a segment at the end called, did we call it anything?
Writing sesh, I think.
Yeah. We weren't very imaginative. So we would just go through new jokes we're working on and try to tag them. I feel like most of the time we would just say the joke and then be like, that's cool. I'll work on it.
Well, that's what I like. That's what I like about writing sessions too. It's not even for the tags. Sometimes just to see like,
is it good?
Feel it out with another person.
Right? Yeah, that's true. I guess I'll just do this because it's what I've been working on. It's kind of working, but it needs more help. But okay, so this is about my dead dad. So this is how I started the joke. I go like, it's been a while since my dad's come to a comedy show. And I just don't understand why dead people have to be so lazy. You know, It's like, just show up, man. Like, people always get weird when I do that.
That's funny. I like that you can even something in where it's like, I don't know if that has to be a different setup or something, but it's like, shit, I forgot, lost it. But something like, my dad used to never go to shows, and now he still doesn't, or something like.
Oh yeah,
he still doesn't, but he's dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe I could. After I say that, maybe I could be like, I mean, he never came to shows. Yeah. But now he really doesn't come.
Yeah.
to shows.
Yeah. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's a lot better. Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down. Actually, that's good. Wow. Are we just better at this now? I don't know.
We're such better joke writers now. Now,
I mean, it's not like he used to come to shows, but now he really never comes to shows. Period.
That's awesome.
So yeah, then I acknowledge the weirdness. I'm like, people get weird when I say that joke. It's like, you didn't know him. He was an asshole. And he wasn't like a fun asshole where your mom's like, but he's my asshole. Like, he was like an asshole where if someone mentions the word banks, he's like, are we going to talk about the Jews now and how bad they are? Like, he was just, I'm trying to work on something like that where he's like a racist, because he
Yeah.
kind of was.
Yeah.
And then I go, and it's funny because it's ironic because he was a clean freak and now he's surrounded by dirt. I just think that's funny. I like
Yeah.
to go visit, and instead of bringing flowers, I bring a bottle of Purell and I leave that, and I go, wow, you can't reach that, can you?
I love it. I wonder if there's like a perspective of like what your dad is like thinking of these jokes in the afterlife if he's like watching. Like now he's watching the shows.
Yeah.
Now he's watching the shows just to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, Luke,
Yeah.
I love Jews. No, but it's like, I get Jews now. I'm with them.
You know what's funny is they didn't believe in heaven, but here, look, this is Bernie. I don't know why I went with Bernie Sanders.
I could see it.
Bernie Sanders. He's going to die soon. He's old.
And I hope not.
I know.
But
I hope not, too, but I'm just saying he's old.
Yeah, we got to put him in like a cryo chamber.
Wait, okay, so there's a little bit more. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking through to see what I would talk about.
The real bottle of Purell. And then so this is a part that I, like, immediately at the funeral thought of this, because this is what happened. And I'm sorry about this part, but
No, it's fine.
so, well, it's racial.
Well, I don't know what it is yet, so maybe
No,
it's not fine.
so I look into I've been trying to the last couple of days play with this part where I'm like, like, and when we had the funeral, like there's the part with the viewing, like you see the body, like, look, he is dead. There's proof. Touch it or don't. Whatever you feel comfortable with, Luke. Something like that.
Talking to yourself while you're doing it.
Yeah. And then I go, like, I looked in and it was like, that's not the right guy. Because he had head trauma. So they had to, like, the mortician had to do stuff to fix it. So he had, like, sort of Asian eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's how I knew that the mortician was racist, because my dad died in a car accident.
That's funny. That's a good joke.
Yeah.
Your dad? I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
thought he
It
died
was
of
like
natural causes.
almost 2 a.m. No, it was like almost 2 a.m. and he clipped like a construction vehicle. I think he was trying to pass someone or something, and he clipped a construction vehicle that was parked in order to protect the construction workers, so it did its job. But then he, like, spun out and hit a thing and died.
Ugh, dude.
Hazel
That's insane.
Avenue, the exit I used to get here.
I got in a...
Do you know what that's like for me? I'm just kidding.
I can't... dude.
People get so weird. Like, I make jokes, like, I make light of it all the time.
I don't think they get weird. I think they get into an emotional state. And then you're making it weird for them because you're like, no, but it's really funny. No.
Because he was a dick and now
Right?
he's dead, right?
Right? You get that.
Karma or something.
You see it. You see it.
Yeah.
Karma. Get it? Because he was in a car. You're just,
Oh, my God.
oh, man. No, but...
I want to post things like this,
Dead
too, but
dads.
my aunt is my Facebook friend, and that's his sister, and that'd be... I
Well.
feel like she'd be upset.
how are you guys cool?
My aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just... Her Facebook friend list is like 10 people, so she will see
That's
it.
what
You know
makes
I
me
mean?
realize is that we're just going to have to be okay with people seeing stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah. My virginity story is similar because my best friend's parents... It was at their house,
yeah.
and it's a weird
They're
story.
just going to have to know. That's part of our jobs now. They're just going to have to know.
Yeah, that's what we
That's
chose.
why I think about it where I'm like, I should be more honest with people in my real life
Uh-huh.
because that's my plan is to be honest on stage. So it's like, if I can't say it to my
Yeah.
friend, then how am I saying this to a bunch of random strangers? Well, like there's a mix to that, but like, for example, like if I'm going to do a bit and I know that my parents will see it eventually, it's like, well, maybe I should talk to my parents first. Like, I'll let them know this thing.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, like, checking with them.
And it's not even checking. It's just like,
I'm going to do this.
I want to make sure, okay, if I'm comfortable with
I
them
want to
knowing
warn you.
it,
Yeah.
then I'm comfortable with it being out there, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I see that. Well, my aunt, I definitely haven't greenlit. But, I mean, it's also like, yeah, she might dislike it, but it is my dad. So I'm allowed to do the joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it could
Yeah,
hurt her
for sure.
feelings, but it's also like, well, this is my experience.
It is your truth.
And it's not my fault that
It is
he
your
was...
truth to share, Luke.
Yeah.
It is
He only came to one show. And the
Yeah.
one show he came to, he was not an alcoholic at all. But the one show he came to, we went to a Mexican restaurant and he had 3 margaritas, It's Casa Ramos in Folsom.
Mhm.
They give you fishbowl margaritas. They're fucking nuts. When I was younger and I could drink more, I'd be like, this is sick.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he had 3 of those. Then we went to the show. It was at the El Dorado Saloon.
Saloon. Oh,
It was at the pizza place next door.
are they the ones that got shut down?
I think they did get closed.
Were you at that show where they're like, I think Ben Rice was there too, where somebody started saying like racist shit while like
Probably.
there was like a black comic on stage, and it was like it became.
Oh
racial.
no! Oh, that was Idris, and that was in Folsom at the Folsom Garage or
Sports
something.
Garage. That's right.
Yeah,
I was there.
That was Ben Rice's show.
That shit was fucking.
He's
weird,
had bad
dude.
luck in Folsom. But
yeah. Anyways.
yeah, so we went to the show, and so he was already like pretty tipsy, and then he had like 2 bourbon somethings, and then he was just like, so he saw me, but he didn't really see me do the jokes, and I was terrible back then. And then I found him like he was outside. Like my sister and I were like, "Where is he?" And we went outside, and he was on the deck, like sitting in a chair, just like loopy. And then I remember also like he went to the bathroom at some point, and I went in there because the bathroom in the saloon, there's like it's like 2 different doors, but there's like a stall thing in the middle, so you can actually see under like people's feet, like as if you were in a stall. And he was like just standing in there, like swaying. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah. I'm good." And then he was outside later, and he had peed his pants.
Oh really?
So like we drove him home, and we had to stop, and he threw up outside the truck, and like
Wow.
it was just. But that was the only time he saw me, was when he was drunk, and that's the only time he was like fun, was when he was the only dad in the history of dads that's like better when he's drunk.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an idea about because I'm in AA now. I'm an alcoholic, and I remember making a bit about
No more sake at McCooney's?
no more sake at McCooney's, man.
Fuck.
There's like a bit about like friends, like because I got baptized and all that stuff, and
Uh-huh.
moved into a van, got sober, and when
Typical stuff.
the point where people asked if I like moving into a van, getting sober is whatever. But then when I got baptized, that's when people were like, "Whoa, are you okay?"
Yeah.
And like,
I like that. That's funny.
yeah, yeah.
Have you
And,
done
like,
that on stage yet?
No, not. I've tried it, and it's got a chuckle right there.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, when you get the chuckle, and you're like, "Oh, there's something more." I just haven't found it yet.
That's what Ruby. Did I tell you that the other day? Ruby Setnick said that.
Uh-huh.
She was like, if you're getting a chuckle, then they want more. Like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something there.
They want more from you.
Yeah, like it's definitely. It's sort of like in video games when you're searching for something and you get like, I don't know if you know this. There's like some games where you're like have like an area and you have to find something like buried it's like boop 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 boop, boop and you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like the chuckle is like the boop boop, and then you just
Yeah.
start. You gotta
Quest.
find.
You found the quest.
Yeah.
Go into this cave.
Like if you ever played Mass Effect, the first one, you had to do this annoying process to mine for minerals on a planet, and you'd have like this like little dot or something, or 2 of them, and you'd have to kind of match it up and find it, and then dig, and then you would get the material.
I thought of maybe an idea of like my friends. Once I got baptized, my friends like have an intervention for me.
Uh-huh.
And like set me down and like, look, man, I
God's
really
not
think
real.
you should drink, or you should go back to drinking.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
or something, or I don't know, something like some kind of
yeah.
reverse intervention to like get back like out of it or something.
We got you the stripper, and
Yeah.
we know you're not getting married, but we're having a bachelor party for
Yeah,
you,
we're gonna
JR.
throw you a bachelor party
Yeah.
for your relationship with the devil. Yeah, I don't know. That's definitely like a premise I want to like figure out stuff with, because I was like thinking of a lot of stuff about church and like religion. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the other thing I was thinking of was like, because I'm reading the Bible, so that's like what's on my mind. And like
Yeah.
I got to Sodom and Gomorrah, and I was looking forward to getting to this part because I'm trying to figure out what the Bible says about homosexuality, because I'm pro gay people.
Yeah.
So if it's against it, I'm like, I'm joining the wrong one.
Yeah.
But
you have
but
to
I
find
don't think it is, and I find like a lot of I have to find like
like a church where they rewrote the Bible in that part.
yeah. Well, and it's not even that. I think it's just interpretation, right? Because back then maybe they had a reason for, like, I heard that this is what I've heard, is the original interpretation wasn't even that, but with politics and the governments ruling at that time,
Yeah.
people interpreted it that way because they wanted to like condemn it or something. And so
There's a lot of weird Bible things that are based on health practices because it used to be different. Like
Yeah.
the shellfish thing,
yeah.
and like the don't eat pigs
Well, it says
stuff.
it's
that
unnatural
Muslims-
for a man to have long hair, also. And then it's like people aren't going around like today, like, yo, you have long hair? The
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
burning in hell.
Well, like
bro.
the penis cutting thing, it's like it was easier to keep it clean because you don't have to pull the skin back, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's like,
It's like now we have showers.
yeah, exactly. You don't
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
a month without a shower. But
For
back
sure.
then, yeah. So some of that stuff is just it's stupid.
Yeah, like maybe if it was in today's time, instead of a covenant, like, how about we all cut the skin of our penises off? They're like, how about you just wash your dick? And then
Yeah.
God's like, now I know that you're committed to me if you wash your dick every day.
You've passed my test.
Yeah.
Now, if only you would get over gay people. They're
Yeah.
actually pretty cool.
They're actually great. They designed my sandals. Very, very stereotypical. But
He's like, where do you think the rainbows come from after a rain? I didn't make those.
what was? Oh yeah. So what I was thinking of was
I like gay friendly God. That'd be a good bit too.
differently
Maybe.
God, dude. I was gonna write a song about like God's like actually super chill, and it's like he's cool with gays, like doesn't care like what you eat, all that
Man,
stuff.
sometimes he does Molly.
Yeah. God, you roll.
He's like,
It's like, how do you think
whenever
I made
I
dolphins?
want
Yeah.
to. Where do you think I got the idea for dolphins?
Isn't that shit weird? They're dick shaped.
The one thing I regret about dolphins is how rapey they are.
They're extremely rapey. Might have taken too much Molly. Oh man.
I was in my head. I was like, "It's all love, baby," but sometimes it's not. It's a
too
crime.
much. Oh, so speaking of that, speaking of rape in the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah, what really was happening was these two angels were staying at Lot's house in Sodom. All right, I'm probably misquoting a lot of this stuff.
Is it Lot's house a metaphor for Lot's butthole?
No. So there's
Sorry,
actually
sorry, I'm
Lot's,
sorry.
they're guests, right? So they're showing up. They're like,
Okay.
oh, yeah, come stay at my place. They're disguised. They're two angels. And Lot's like, come stay with me. And then the people of Sodom, like, knock on the door, like, give us these men so that we may have sex with them.
The angels?
Yeah. So basically, they're just mobbing around this house trying to rape, like, two angels, right? And it's never saying that, like, oh, they're just, it's specifically, like, wicked what they're doing because they're having, like, loving butt sex. You know? I think loving butt sex is cool. But rape, never cool,
Never
dude.
cool.
And that's wicked, and that'll get your place destroyed. I also think it's funny how there was so much butt sex in Sodom that they named butt sex after the city.
Sodomy.
Yeah, yeah. That's dope, dude. What a baller city. Like, we have so much butt sex in this city.
What a baller city.
Yeah, like like San Francisco, there's a lot of butt sex there, but you don't call it San Franciscoing.
Well, that's because Sodom came first.
Yeah, Sodom came first, man. They're like, damn it.
And boy, did it come.
Oh, yes. Came hard.
What about the Leviticus part, though? Isn't that the more specific gay
With
is bad?
anti-gay stuff? I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm still in Genesis, so.
Because I know that's
Genesis
the one that
19:5, baby.
that's
We're
what
looking
people
for the
always
two angel rapes. Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
people always quote. It's not that stuff. It's the Leviticus thing where
Is
it's
it
like
New Testament? Man should not
I
lie
think-
with another man as lies with a woman. That thing.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, even then, so I'm getting to that as well, and I think it's like interpretation, changes in translation,
But it,
and then also of the time.
yeah.
You know, like I don't take the Bible as like literal rule book translation, and I don't know, like I'm sure some people would condemn me for that, but I don't want to use the Bible to condemn other people. I want to learn how to love people and
Yeah.
love myself.
I think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and and I don't think those people are wrong either. Everyone just does it in their own way, and it's like, okay, maybe that'll help you, and that'll help you bring people towards like love or spirituality. But this is the way that worked for me in order to like be happy, and so I'm like, this is the way I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. When you're doing it in a you're
and
not,
I'm still seeking like the answer. Like if I'm not going, so I can just do whatever I want. But
and you're not made up about what it is, which is good, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Because you can't. We just don't know. Like no one has ever come back from being dead, except Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's back from the dead.
Time to roll.
Let's roll.
Get the glow sticks out. Techno Jesus.
Techno
Dude,
Jesus.
maybe that could be your song. You know how you
Techno
were working
Jesus.
on like electronic music?
Oh yeah.
That could be the new song. Techno Jesus.
Techno Jesus.
Cool with the gays.
Praise the Lord. But sex is okay.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
good.
man. I don't know, why would God hate the gays? He made the gays, you know?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, anyways, we don't have to go deep into the scripture.
I've never met. I don't think I've ever met a gay person I didn't like.
Yeah.
I love gay people.
I mean, gay people are the best roasters, too.
Yes.
They roast you so hard.
Drag queens.
Oh, yeah. I feel like there's two people I'm most afraid to get roasted by in the world, and it's drag queens and children.
Yeah.
They're
but
both so harsh.
middle schoolers.
Middle schoolers specifically.
Because they have no filter.
Yeah, no filter.
They will call you an N-word or an F-word when you
Yeah.
aren't those things.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even if you are those things, it's hurtful.
Mm.
It's just not. It's all bad.
Baby.
Did you have anything else?
A lot of biblical
Maybe
stuff.
we could leave them wanting more.
Yeah, y'all should want more. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can eat, pee, and be merry.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do more podcasts later. Where do people find you for the internet? What do you got?
My website is jrdeguzman.com, Instagram at jrdguz, Facebook JR De Guzman. I'm
Twitter?
also on Spotify. Oh, Twitter at JR De Guzman, JRDEGUZM.
I always thought that was funny because it makes me think of jism.
Guzm.
Is that what was that?
That's
what
the
happened?
sound I make when I come. Guzm.
Oh, you're Spotify though. You're on.
I'm on Spotify as JR De Guzman too.
Okay.
I recently just got it changed because it was J.R.
Oh.
And it was just like you could never really find it because no
yeah,
one's
that's
typing
always
that.
hard because like AJ DeMello again. We're talking about him.
Mhm.
His name is like A.J. on Facebook, and
Mhm.
sometimes it's like hard to find him.
Yeah, yeah.
Fix it, AJ. Yeah, cool. Do you
What
have any
about you?
shows you want to talk
yours
about?
things on there. I just planned it out. I'm gonna do like a small tour in the sense of like a string of shows all in the van, like
Uh-huh.
not in the van, but driving the van to places. And it's that whole van life and the search for happiness tour.
Uh-huh.
And it's starting in Sacramento at the end of this month, 2 shows, and then I'll post it online. But it's Sacramento, Fresno,
JRDeguzman.com.
Long Beach, Las Vegas, Scottsdale. Those are the dates as of right now. And then I'm gonna see if I can put some more stuff on the calendar for Santa Fe and Texas.
Cool.
That way, it's like California to Texas.
Are you planning out where you
Document the
want to
trip.
go and then booking trips based off of that, or are you booking? I mean, shows.
Mm-hmm.
Are you booking the shows and then going there?
I'm booking. So I have these shows kind of naturally came into place
Uh-huh.
this way, and I was like, oh, then let's just do this now.
Oh, okay.
And then Santa Fe and Texas are just so I can keep going in that direction. Otherwise, it's like if I book a show, I have a show booked in Maine, and it's like doesn't really make sense for this thing. So like, I'll have to leave the van
Unless
somewhere,
you-
then fly or something.
Yeah, or you could just get a lot more shows and drive all the way up.
That's the other thing too. But there's other stuff I got. There's like weddings I have to go to, and
I see,
stuff
yeah.
like that. I have a military base tour in the middle of that as well. So it's like
That's cool.
either I leave the van. This is like logistics of it. Is like I have to leave the van, like at a storage place somewhere while I travel. The military base is Singapore, Guam, Hawaii.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm stoked. And then
I feel like military. That's got to be like a really great crowd because they're just like I feel like a lot of them probably have gallows humor because of where
Mhm.
what they're doing. I mean, maybe not in those
depends
places.
on the venue. Like if it's Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, but then also sometimes they have the show in a bar, sometimes it's in a banquet hall or a random thing. So it depends.
Or like a pop up, like a portable classroom type
Yeah,
of situation.
yeah. We did one like kind of like a classroom recently.
Yeah.
What about you?
Okay, so you can find me at Epic Tiki Comedy on Twitter, at Epic Tiki on Instagram. My name is Luke Soin. I'm on Facebook, lukesoin.com. I have not worked on that website for a long time. I do videography if you want me to make a video for you. I'm figuring out my rates. I don't know why I'm saying this part. It's whatever. And then I'm going to do Stab tonight, which I don't know when this podcast is coming out, so you might have to wait, or you might have to listen to it. But listen to the Stab podcast. It's a really hilarious Sacramento podcast. Comedians go on and they get prompts to write funny bullshit, and then they write it, and then they say it in front of a live crowd, and it's so good. John Ross and Jesse Jones run it. It's amazing. I am going to be... my next show is at the Stratosphere in Las Vegas with Jimmy Earl. It's going to be really fun. I think Chris Storn is headlining. It'll be a good show.
Sweet. What is that?
It's on the 1st of February,
Oh,
Saturday.
dope. I think I saw it.
Saturday. 11. It's at 11:30 or 11:45
Cool.
at night. So if you're in Vegas, let's go. I'm gonna stay at the Stratosphere. It's gonna be fun.
Dope.
I found like $100-something room. It wasn't
Hell
bad.
yeah.
And then I'll be doing a guest set at the Punchline for Comedy All Stars on February 5th. I will be not at Verbal Insults. I will be. Then I'm also doing the Punchline Showcase on the 20th of February. And then I'll be doing a show with Dustin Wood on the 21st and 22nd. I forget how much time I'm doing, but it's going to be fun. It's more details soon. Cool. We did it. It's a podcast.
Yeah, baby.
Bye.
Bye.